All right. Well, welcome to this call. I'm glad that you guys could hop on tonight. I'm going to mute you guys just so we don't have to worry about sounds in the background. And then, I see a lot of leaders on here. So if you're having questions or anything, you guys can type in the chat too, if that helps. As I'm talking, and I will allow some time at the end to ask questions and stuff too. So I am Debbie. If this is is this anyone's very first call with our team? Put your hand up if it's your look at Audrey. She wants to be a leader and she just started with her first call. Way to go. All right. Well, thanks for hopping on, everybody. We got a nice big group, almost 60 people here. So you might be on here and you don't even know what you're getting on, but you just heard there was a call tonight. You might be on here because one of your leaders reached out to you and said they think, you should be on here. They found some, personality traits or things you were doing with your business that they thought this call could benefit you. You might be on because you wanted someone to come on here and you already are a leader, but you wanted to come and hear what we're talking about. So welcome to everybody. And like I said, I'm Debbie. If you haven't been on a call before, I am one of your uplines. You could have me and one other upline, or you could have a whole bunch of uplines. Just depends, what part of Beautifully Polished that you're on. So, like I said, if you are on this call, it means you might be thinking about leadership, or, maybe you're just kind of curious what it even means. Because I can tell you that I think a lot of people join this business, join Color Street, and they just originally, and this could be your story, you signed up because you wanted to get a discount. You signed up because, you kept buying it and you thought it'd be a lot easier to just get it yourself. Or, a friend said, come do this with me, and you thought, why not? Or you wanted to pay a bill. But a lot of people don't come in thinking they want to be a leader, especially, now we've been established for 3 years. So when we first started, there were no leaders. We all became leaders together. So now it's now sometimes people come in, they already are established leaders, and you think, well, they've been doing it for so long, there's no way I can do it. And that is so far from the truth, you guys. What I love about direct sales and Color Street in particular is it doesn't matter what your education was. It doesn't matter what your experience with direct sales has been. It doesn't matter if you've never done direct sales. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you didn't get a high school degree. I don't care if you didn't get a college degree. None of that matters. So much of our job is your personality and what you're willing to do, how much you're willing to learn, how much you're really willing to work with other people, building relationships. And that's stuff that doesn't always come along with an education. That's just stuff that we can learn along the way as we go in life, right? So that's one of my favorite things is this, being a leader is possible for so many people. So, when you think about a leader, I think we all think of kind of different qualities of what qualities a leader can possess. I would love if anybody wants to, in the chat right now, come up with some quick words. If you have a leader, a boss, a leader at church, a leader in a group you're in, what are some personality traits that you look for? Because typically if someone's a leader, you want to follow that person. You're going to listen to that person. So give me some words or some things that trusting, compassionate, approachable, motivating, confidence, down to earth, a coach. I love these. Encouraging, helpful, humor. I got to scroll up. I don't think I did get them from the beginning. Okay, so a lot of the same words: confidence, helpful, caring, inspiring, a mentor, considerate, compassionate. I want you to think of yourself right now, and I want you to think of some of those words, and think if some of those words fit who you are. Think of some of those words hit who, the leader on your team or in different areas in your life. But more importantly, do you have some of those characteristics? Maybe you don't have all of them, and that's okay. We don't all have everyone. Or maybe some of them take more effort than others. Maybe, some of these come real natural to you and other ones you have to work at, but that's okay because a lot of these traits can be learned traits. We can get better at them. We just have to work at it. So all of these traits right here are things that you can develop over time as you develop who you are as a person. It is not something that you're going to get from, you know, like I said, from you have to have this trait from a certain job to come to this job. It's not, you guys. It's all skills that we can learn. And I feel through life, I'm constantly getting better at these skills or improving, or sometimes, you know, maybe I'm not as compassionate sometimes, and then I focus on that and I try to get better in that area. So, you know, different times of our lives, some of these characteristics we're better at than others. So, you guys, leadership develops daily, not in a day. John Maxwell said, becoming a leader is like investing in the stock market. If your hope is to make a fortune in a day, you're not going to be successful. What matters most is what you do day after day for the long haul. So think about that. Again, these traits, oh, thank you, Christine. So think about these traits. They don't just happen overnight. Maybe, you know, you're working on being a more supportive person or a more knowledgeable person in a certain area, a more inspiring person. It's not going to happen overnight. But if you keep consistently working at some of these characteristics, doesn't mean you can't grab them and just take a hold of them and keep improving and changing who you are in different areas. You know, leaders have all different characteristics. So, you know, when I think of what I want out of a leader, here's mine, and I know not all of them, some of them showed up here. I want someone who's honest. That's huge to me. I want someone with integrity. I want someone who's sympathetic. I want someone who prioritizes. I want someone who works hard. They have a positive attitude. They're adaptable, willing to grow and change, and has the ability to work with many different types of personalities. I think we all know our world's a little bit crazy right now. And you know what? I think one of the biggest skills you can have right now is accepting other people and being able to work with all different people. And that's what you get in this job. We all come in with different personalities. So the ability to work with different personalities may be different from your own. Doesn't mean you need to be best friends, but you could definitely build a relationship with a person and work together. And I also look for a person who has a passion and love for whatever they're leading. So those are the characteristics I look at when I look to a leader. So again, think of some of those traits. Think of you, you know, do these traits, some of them fit you. I guarantee every person on this call, and we have 70 people on this call, that of some of these traits we've listed, you have at least 5 of them that you probably feel really good about yourself in. Okay, that's kind of my opening. So today we're going to talk about becoming a leader in Color Street, like what you need, the tangible stuff of what you want to see to do it, or what you have to do, what you, kind of your responsibilities, how much time it would take, and then the benefits of being a leader as far as like the comp plan, and then kind of the journey of some of the things we do along the way as leaders. Okay, so very first question, let's get out of the way. How do you become a leader? So in our comp plan, technically our first role in leadership is a team leader, right? But before you become a team leader, you're a senior stylist. So I'm going to kind of talk about a senior stylist first, because that's when you're already starting to enroll people. So you're not officially a team leader, but you're leading these people you've enrolled. I'm going to share my screen with, okay, so hopefully you guys can see this. This is what we call a bubble chart, all right? Way back when in the prehistoric days of Color Street 3 years ago, we did not have a computer system that told us who was where, and we did not have a computer that added up and told us how many people, how much you've sold, how much your team had sold. If you hit a rank, we had to do it on pieces of paper at the end of the month every day. And if you added it wrong, you were just out of luck and you didn't get your rank. So it was a little bit more stressful. But I still love these bubble charts because I feel like they help you understand by writing. I think we can look at things, but I think we all know every time you write something, it helps ingrain it in your head. So you're going to learn what you need, and that's going to help be in building blocks for you as you keep moving up in different leadership spots. Okay, so we're going to look at senior stylist first, because that's the first type of promotion you can get in Color Street. Well, okay, very first one, you can go from a stylist to a BQ stylist. BQ meaning you sold $300 this month. So we all start out on the first day of the month with our gray box, and it's so sad because you might have sold $1,000, then that overnight you go back to zero, right? Or that gray box. But as soon as you hit that BQ or that $300, as you know, what happens? All of a sudden it lights up to pink, which we love pink boxes, right? So your first promotion each month that you have to hit is a BQ stylist. Okay, then you can go into what we call a senior stylist. So let me explain, as you see on the bubble chart here, your name would be in that first box, right? If you guys can see my cursor. The first box at the top would be your name. So let's say I see Dina on the screen right now. This would be Dina, let's say. Dina enrolled Heidi, and who else do I got on the screen here? Jennifer, all right? So Heidi would put her name up in here, and she put her two girls that she's so excited. She was working on her jump starts, and she sponsored these two girls, and now she has these two girls with her. Okay, but it doesn't just, because you bring people in, it doesn't mean that you're going to be paid as a senior stylist. There's things you have to do each month. So if you look up in the top right corner, all right, top right corner, it says, this is the things you need for this rank. You yourself need to be bonus qualified. If you ever bring somebody into the business and you want to earn a percentage from working with them, you have to be bonus qualified yourself. You have to sell $300. It's just a rule, which that's why we're always saying, no, you don't have to sell $300, but every 6 months, right? You have to do it one time in 1 month, every 6 months. But if you think you're gonna wanna first make money, because you're not gonna make any money if you're only doing that every 6 months, right? And then you're gonna make 75 bucks every 6 months. But if you start bringing team members on and you start building a team, you do not get paid unless you sell at least $300. So that's why we say form the habit right away, because now you know $300 is about one party. So now you're going to know, okay, I need to have one party. Well, I know now I want to sell $600 this month. I know I probably need 2 parties or 3 parties. And so we kind of break up by an average party of $300. So if you want to be paid, you as any type of leader, you have to sell $300. Okay, so you have to be bonus qualified. Your group, all you plus everybody else, has to have what we call a cumulative lifetime group volume. That's where it says 2,000 lifetime GV. That means group volume. That means you and everybody with you has to have sold $2,000. So let's say you've been selling Color Street for 2 months and you've already sold $2,000 yourself. Well, then you're all set. So you bring in Heidi and Dina, and it doesn't, you've already hit your 2,000 on your own, so that counts as cumulative. So you're already set there. But let's say you just sign up this month, and then you sign Heidi and Dina within a week, and none of you have sold anything yet. So you guys would all have to work together to sell 2,000 altogether. So you have to do that one time. Then after that, to maintain, as we call a senior stylist, you'd have to sell $1,000 between the 3 of you, okay? $1,000 between the 3 of you each month. So let's say you do your 2,000, you bring your team members on. Next month, you guys are at $960. You won't get paid as a senior stylist. Every month, you go back to 0, and you guys have to do that $1,000 again between the 3 of you, okay? Now, both of your stylists also have to what we call BQ. So if just Dina sold 1,000 and you sold 500 and Heidi didn't sell anything, you won't hit senior stylist. They both have to sell at least 300, okay? They have to BQ. To count as one of your, what we call legs, you have to BQ. So that's another word to learn right there, is a leg, all right? Anybody coming directly from you is called a leg. So you're here at the top. One leg is the BQ stylist, so one would be the Heidi we talked about. One would be Jenny Dina that we talked about, okay? So they're each considered a leg. So right now you would have what we call 2 legs. Let me see something. I thought hang on. Can you guys see that one? Jennifer Emeroy, give me a thumbs up if it just changed screens. No? Okay. Thank you. I never know why sometimes it'll flip to a new screen and let me do this. Hang on. I don't know if I have to reshare. Hang on. This one just has names in it, so it might be, oh, here, new share. Okay. Okay, how's that? But now I lost you guys. Let me find you back. Okay, Jennifer Emeroy, thumbs up if it changed. Okay, good. Okay. All right, so now we have Jenny at the top. Jenny sold 350. All right, she has two legs, Susie and Amy. Susie sold 310, Amy sold 50. So right now with those three, she would not be a senior stylist yet. She is at 750, or I'm sorry, 660, boy, I'm put on the spot, aren't I? 710. Okay, now here's another thing that I'm going to show you. Jenny is, again, Jenny is you, right? And you have Susie and Amy. Amy now brought a new team member on. So Amy has Betty. Betty is still in Amy's leg. Well, Betty came in like a rock star and she sold $420. She will count in your leg as your second BQ'd leg. The computer's going to search down. Betty could be 10 people deep and be the first person to bonus qualify, and the computer will pick her up as a bonus qualified leg. So Amy and Betty don't count separately. They only count as one. You only have as many legs as you have people direct to you, okay? All right, so let me go over. A senior stylist, you have to do cumulative 2,000, each month 1,000. You and your two people, at least two legs, have to BQ, okay? So just think if each of you only BQ'd, you would only be at $900. So you can't just BQ. Someone has to do more than just 300, which is why we also, you know, again, if you're trying to make money, you're probably going to want to sell more than 300 because that's $75. So again, just BQing is not going to get the three of you to the mark you need. So you hit it, great. Let's say you hit it this month, then next month you start back over and you have to do it again. For us to, like for me to hit senior executive, I start back at 0 on the first day of the month and I have to build it all back up again every single month, okay? Same with every rank, it starts back over. Okay, so on here, I also want to explain, you have your, what we call E1. We're going to say Susie and Amy are E1s. That means they enrolled, that means Jenny enrolled Susie and Amy. E stands for enroll. So Susie and Amy are E1s because Jenny enrolled them, okay? So as a senior stylist, she's going to make 3% on her E1s. I'm kind of talking about the comp plan a little bit just because we have these out. And then we'll kind of talk about it a little at the end too. Now, when you're a regular stylist, you would make 3% on your E1s, all right? Now they're also considered her level ones. So I hope you guys all have this printed. Mine is just deteriorating. I keep this with me at all times because I don't have this whole thing memorized in any given second. So Jenny has Susie and Amy who are her E1s and she makes 3% on them, but then she also has them as her level ones because they're first in line. She makes another 3% on them. So she's making 6% from Susie's sales and Amy's sales. Now Betty, she didn't enroll Betty, so Betty is not her E1. Betty is what's called her E2 because her E1, Amy, enrolled Betty, who's an E2. The people you enroll and the people your enrollers enroll are the people you have the potential to make the most money from because you make an extra 3% enroller bonus from anyone you enroll and anyone they enroll, okay? So you potentially have the most to make from them. So as a senior stylist though, I'm not getting my 3% on an E2 yet. I have to be a team leader to get that, which is a bonus of being a team leader. But I am gonna make level bonuses. I get to make 3% level bonus on Amy and a 3% level bonus on Betty as a senior stylist. And then at team leader, I'll pick up that E2 bonus. Now I'll get another 3% on Betty. Okay, So that's kind of how what E1 in level 1 and level 2, what if that's confusing. I know that sometimes is a lot to take in. And I can do more on comp plan later, so I don't want to stress too much, but I just want you guys to understand what you need. Okay, so now, oh, I get how I do it. I click new share each time. See, I learn something new every day. Another reason why I love this job, because I learn something new every day. Okay, let's go to this team leader now. Okay, now you want to become a team leader. You're a senior stylist, you're going to move up now, and you want to promote to a team leader. So what I recommend you do is you print that bubble chart for your senior stylist and you fill it out, and then you print a team leader one. You always print the level that you're in and the next level up, so you can be watching to see, this is what I need. And you're going to start understanding where people go. You guys, it's like a puzzle. I'm not kidding. My husband watches these. He's like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, he can't even comprehend like this stuff. And so the earlier, again, you learn to understand how our trees flow, the better off you are. Okay, so now as a team leader, what do you need? Now you and whoever's on your team needs to do a cumulative volume of 5,000. Remember, once you hit the 5,000, then you're fine. And then to maintain it each month, you need 2,500 group volume. Okay, so again, that's 25 between all of you. All right, then you need 3 qualified, meaning 3 legs that BQ. See how I have Susie, Carol, and Amy? Those are my 3 qualified legs. Susie did 350, Carol did 500, Amy did 550. Awesome, they're all qualified. But one of those now has to be a senior stylist. So now you went from you being the senior stylist to now you need someone on your team who's a senior stylist. Each time you move up in rank, you have to have more, like the next rank you move up, you have to have a team leader and senior stylist. So you keep having to, you know, the rank you were, the next rank up, you have to have those people with that rank with you. Okay, so Amy is my senior stylist. So she has Betty and Kelly, and then Kelly has Helen and Kendra. This one's going to get a little bit more complicated here. I'll touch on it, but again, I can do a separate comp, and I also have videos on the comp plan too. I need Amy to be my senior stylist, right? Well, look at Betty. Betty's one of her legs and she's at 0. All right, but again, the computer is going to find the highest rank in a leg. The computer is going to go over to Kelly. Kelly has Helen and Kendra. She is a senior stylist. So that is going to count as Amy's senior stylist right there. Kelly is now a senior stylist right here, and she's going to pop up. And so Amy would be your bonus qualified leg, but Kelly's going to count for your senior stylist. She kind of like, her rank will push up through the computer past Amy's. The computer will find the highest, go down as deep as they can to find that senior stylist they need. Okay, but again, Amy doesn't count as a separate person. So they're all in that leg. You have a senior stylist, you have Kelly. So Amy, Kelly, all this is one leg. Carol's one leg, Susie's one leg. All right, and then between all of them, you have to have 2,500. Now this is where one thing that can start to get a little bit trickier here. You hear of capped volume, okay? Capped volume means Jenny, Carol, and Susie, everybody outside of what we call the heaviest leg. Amy's the heaviest leg. She has the most people. She has the most volume. So that means Jenny, Carol, and Susie need to sell like about 1,250. They need to do half of that 2,500 outside of Amy. Okay, that's kind of the best, simplest terms to put it in for cap volume. No more than 50% can come. In other words, this is what I think is cool about our comp plan. If people say you're a pyramid scheme, person at the top makes the most, no, they don't, because it doesn't matter who's at the top, it's how everything is set up. All right. So, so that 2,500, again, I can't just count on Amy. I can't just have this leg that's doing amazing and do nothing else with anybody else. I can't just count on Amy's team. I have to balance her out with all my other legs. Okay, so it's not necessarily the person at the top making the most money. It's where the balance comes in. Everyone has to be balanced. You're not allowed to just have one person doing all the work. Okay, so that's kind of the comp plan and the structure in a tiny nutshell-ish. Again, we have more videos on that with more detail, but I wanted you guys to see what you needed there. All right, so I'm gonna stop the share. I'm assuming my, my leaders are answering questions in there, right? I see lots of you guys out there. So your pay, where that jumps up with your team leader, for a team leader, you're gonna get 3% on your E1, remember that, the people you enroll, 3% on your E2s, the people they enroll, and then you're gonna get an additional 3% on level ones, which oftentimes your E1 is your level 1, level 2, and level 3. So you would be that, so on that last bubble chart, they would be making that 3% all the way down all of her legs because she was 3 legs, or she was 3 people deep in a leg. So the higher you go in rank, the more depth you get, okay? All right, so that's kind of the what you need for those 2 ranks. And of course, there's many more, but I want to start at those first 2 ranks for senior stylist and team leader. That's as far as we're going to go with this today. All right, so next question, what do you do? I'm scared of leadership. I don't know what, I just started this business. I don't even know, I'm still learning it myself. That's okay, you guys. You have many, many uplines, more than likely, that will help you if you have new people come in the business, okay? So what are you doing as a senior stylist, a new team leader? I'll tell you what you're doing. You are still mainly focusing on your own personal business. First and foremost is always your personal business. Sometimes the higher in rank you go, yes, do I have a lot of stuff I'm juggling? Sure, but I still have to do my own parties. I still have to maintain my own personal business. So for you guys, especially in your first roles of leadership, you have to maintain your own personal business. So we have what we call, and I'm sure you, if you've listened to our other training, we have what we call productive priorities. You're always working on booking nail bars. I'd write these down because these are, no matter where you are, this is what you should be working on. Booking parties, holding parties, hostess coaching to have really good parties, working on talking about the business with other people, and then working with your team. You notice your team is 1 out of 5 priorities. So those 4 priorities right here are you, except for this one right here, talking with people about the business. That might be some new people coming in too, and you're telling them about it. But you guys, it's focusing on you. So you're still focused on your business. And then what are you doing with your teammates? Well, you're encouraging them to get on a Let's Get Started call with their upline leader. You're encouraging them to get on the Strong Start call that I do every Monday night. You're encouraging them to watch videos, training videos. You're encouraging them to watch the app, the videos on the app. You are giving them reminders, maybe like, hey, did you print the call calendar this month? There's a lot of great calls, circle them on your calendar. You're going on Fiesta Friday and you're shouting them out. Oh my gosh, Lacey was amazing this week. She did her first in-home nail bar, and you're shouting her out and making her feel good. Abby, oh my gosh, Abby was scared to death to a live, and she went on her personal page and did a live. You're giving her a shout out. You're helping them problem solve and answering questions. Again, you may not know every answer, and that's okay, because you can always defer to uplines, that can help you if you don't know. But you could be you'd be the first person they come to, and then you work your way up if they can't get the answer, or you don't have the answer. So team leader, we do a couple calls a month as leaders to talk about, our teams and what's going on with the business. We have a Facebook group for leaders where people can go in and share ideas, ask questions, do different things like that. Depending where your journey is, and maybe you're a brand new team leader to maybe you're a team leader who's been there 2 years. Team leader who's been here 2 years is probably going to take on more responsibility. She might be doing that Let's Get Started call with that new stylist instead of having her upline leader do it. Or she may be getting on the calls with the leader to listen in. So if you're brand new, you're learning the ropes. If you've been there, you again are taking on more responsibilities. But basically, you're still, as a senior stylist and a team leader, you really are you're their cheerleader, you're getting them excited. And then especially as a senior stylist. And then as a team leader, you're starting to take on a little more responsibilities of giving them, like I said, the calls maybe, and familiarizing them with the back office, different things like that. Okay, so benefits of leadership. So now I'm talking specifically team leader, because there's a jump in what is available from senior stylist to team leader. As a team leader, you guys, you get company leads. So if someone goes on the website, on Color Street's website, and says they're looking for a stylist and puts a zip code in, as team leader, between his team leader and a senior director, those are the ranks that get leads. Because after senior director, they figure, we're executives, we have our own thing going. Let's give them to these three. We're going to give them to team leader, director, and senior director. So they base it on the highest. They base it on sales, the person with the highest sales and that zip code in those ranks from the month prior. So if someone's putting in October, the computer's going to look for someone in your area who, sold the highest in those ranks. And then the company, that lead would go to them. Some leads are, I got a text lead yesterday. Some guy saying he wanted nails for his wife and of course wanted me to pay ahead. I hope you guys know to never pay ahead and never pay for these people, right? Or whatever. I've never gotten a text when I get lots of emails. But a lot of those company leads can be those types of scammy ones. But I've gotten new stylists from them. I've gotten parties from them, and I've gotten orders from them before they took them away from my rank or before I achieved those ranks. So it's great. That's a huge benefit of being a team leader. We have what's called strategic placing. It's a really cool feature within Color Street. Not many other businesses do it. So what it means is if you, as a team leader, sponsor somebody, you can take them and put them with somebody else to work with your team. So you're still their enroller, but they get to have 2 people or 3 people also work with them. So like for me, you guys, I have 2,500 people on this team. So I feel like it's almost a disservice when I sign someone up that would have just me. I mean, that's me, and I can be spread thin sometimes. So I typically always am going to put that person with someone that I feel is doing really well and can really help them and help train them along with me. Does it mean I give them away and I never talk to them again? Absolutely not. But it means now they have 2 leaders to work with. So it's a really cool thing. Let's say you have a girl that you enrolled that she is killing it and selling $4,000 every month, but she has enrolled 1 person and she just can't seem to get somebody else. You are enrolling like crazy. Everyone just wants to do it. So you sign somebody up and you can say, oh my gosh, you've been doing so great at selling $4,000 a month. I would love for you to be able to work with Tiffany, who I just signed up, and I'm going to put her with you. And now that can make you a senior stylist and help you start to promote. Sometimes that little bit right there, that little bit of help, then they become a senior stylist and it helps boost their confidence. Then they feel more comfortable going out and sharing the business. So that's a really nice feature that we have with strategic placing. Building leaders. The best leaders build other leaders because they want to be duplicatable and teach what they're doing so other people can follow suit. Like I said, you're coming in with all different personality traits, all different jobs. We have every type of job on our team that you can imagine. So people have all different experiences with them. So we're all learning to be leaders in this business and then teaching others to do the same, because you guys, the comp plan pays out the highest for building leaders. They want people to be leaders because that's what's going to sustain the business long term, is lots of people coming in and lots of people being leaders, teaching others how to do it. So they're going to pay the best to people building leaders. Helping others. That's a huge benefit of leadership. I was a teacher, so I love helping others. I love teaching other people things, and I've had to learn a lot of things myself. Proud moment yesterday, I did teach myself how to export my addresses for you guys into Excel and into labels. That was a big feat for me. See, I get really excited when I teach myself new things. So you get to help others. You get to take, when you have to help others, you sometimes have to teach yourself new things like that. And then it really builds your confidence and you feel pretty good. you start to join different groups, more elite groups in Color Street, depending what rank you are in leadership. Senior director ranking up, they get to have a call every Monday with corporate where we get all the updates from corporate. I mean, that's a big privilege. This past January, they flew us all out and spoiled us to death. We got to ride on a bus and go to a ranch and sit with Mr. Park and do, I mean, we danced all night. They hired a guy to teach us square dancing in a band, and they gave us food and presents. And I mean, it was amazing. Then at senior executive, you get to go do a home office tour. I mean, there's so many things they offer, the different ranks. So along with that comes these special privileges they give. You get more money with Circle of Excellence. As you move up in rank, so does the money with Circle of Excellence, which remember is enrolling to and having $1,000 in personal volume. So again, they're paying us extra money to do what they know helps your business, enrolling and selling. Those are the two things we can do, right? That can keep building our business. So they pay us extra money just for doing those things. Incentive trips. It used to be, even the trip we had earned this year, you had to be a director and up to achieve it. But now this next trip that we're working towards, Punta Cana, you don't, which is pretty cool. Anybody on this call, we are, let's see, August, September. We're not even quite halfway done yet, you guys. So if you do not have Punta Cana on your mind, you should start looking at those points because it is doable for people still, because they only started at midway through July. So we had August and September, 2 full months and a half month. You still have October, November, December, January, 4 months left. Calls and trainings, like I said, that are like at conference, Team Leader and Up gets to go on a special day. And let me tell you, their conferences, they give training for Team Leader and Up, but the food at conferences, they don't just give you like a nacho bar. I mean, they give you really nice food. So that leader lunch is always phenomenal.
And gifts. They give you gifts.
Yes, April, lots of gifts. They love gifting. They love giving things at different ranks. Senior director retreat, I talked about that. Okay. I think I got all my, okay, yeah, making more money. All right, I'm just looking over my list there to make sure, because I have a list, but I tend to skip all over. Okay, so my final thing of what I think is one of the best kept secrets of successful leadership and benefits coming along with leadership is the love, the genuine love for what you do and the relationships you build with each other. You know, I had like 25 of the directors and up at my house the other day, and many of us have been here from the beginning, and we just have built such relationships, yet we're open to so many new people coming in, and we just have a really, really warm, inviting team that I feel extremely lucky and blessed that we have a team like this. And it's so the relationships you build with people are just unbelievable. And the thing is, again, in this job, typically we're here because we're choosing to be here. It's not our 9-to-5 job that you're checking in, that you go, oh, and you dread going to, and you're stuck there all day. Most people who are doing this job are doing it because they want to do it and they like it. So we all have kind of a different attitude and persona when it comes to, like, when we're around each other, we just build each other up and we make each other feel good because this is a job we enjoy. Okay, so where do you start on this path to leadership? Hang on one sec. Yeah, okay. So the first thing you need to do if you are thinking about leadership is you have to eliminate excuses. We can make excuses every day. Well, I know I need to get to my Color Street business, but, well, I know I have to do this, but, you guys, you got to be able to get rid of them. Get rid of the but, and you just have to, what are you willing to do? You know, there's a saying of, what are you willing to do for, I can do anything for a short period of time. What are you willing to put in at the beginning to potentially get at the end, right? Are you willing to put the time in, eliminate excuses, and just say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try it 110%, and I'm going to talk to people about the business, and I'm going to do a bunch of nail bars, and I'm going to do some great hostess coaching. I'm going to learn everything I can to be really good at this and see what happens. What's the worst that can happen, right? Well, you'd have your kit still. undoubtedly, I'm sure, unless, I don't know, I've taught myself or learned from many other people a whole bunch of new skills, you're going to leave here with some new skills, I would think. You're going to leave probably having gotten out of your comfort zone in different ways. So eliminate the excuses. If you want to be a leader, you know, you've got to just forge ahead and know you're going to do it. So there's 100 reasons, right, why we don't want to get on the phone. Oh, I don't want to make phone calls. Oh, I don't want to get a nail bar. Everyone I've reached out to. Guess what? You don't have time for that anymore. If you want to move in, you want to be a senior stylist and a team leader, no excuses. You're going to get on that phone until you get those nail bars. You're going to keep texting people, messaging people, whatever you do. You can't find anyone to buy product from you. So what are you going to do? You're going to problem solve and figure out, you're going to go to your upline. You're going to talk to them. No one wants to buy these. I promise you some people do, because we're selling a heck of a lot of them. You just got to find new people. I hear this one a lot. Oh, my friends and family, they don't want to buy it. Guess what? Either do mine. My friends and family barely ever buy it. I had to get out of that warm circle really quick. And then I have friends and family that signs up, but friends that have signed up. I see one on here right now. And so, hi, Karen. And so, yeah, then I have to find new people. And yes, we have some of the same people in common, but there's a whole heck of a lot of more people out there. We may have the same play group in common, the same neighbors in common, but I know people from church that I don't have in common with her. Oh, that's right. I have 2 girls at church that sell it with me too. Oh, but guess what? I know some people at church that they don't know. You've just got to you've got to stop making excuses of why it isn't working and find a way. Leaders find a way to make it work. So it's changing that your mental attitude if you find yourself getting caught in those roadblocks of wanting to give up. Let's see. Okay, so you can always find an excuse, but a leader is willing to challenge themselves and rise above the excuses and find the self-discipline to get it done. Leaders just get it done. I'm not going to quit. Like, why would I quit? Why would I not find a nail bar? I'm going to do it. I just have to do it. It's not even a choice for me. I just know I have to go get my next one. Okay, so I want you to all, if you don't know it yet, figure out your why. Why are you doing Color Street? And I know you've heard this over and over, maybe depending how long you've been here, but it's key, you guys, because that is what's going to get you through this. That is what, when you're having that rough day or you want to make excuses, you are going to find your why, and you're going to go, oh yeah, I want to do it because, like, for me, I was trying to develop something outside of my kids because I had stayed at home for 15 years. Well, now I have something else, right? So figure out your why, whether it's money, whether it's being around like-minded women, whether it's to get out of the house, whether, whatever it is, and it's going to change. Mine has changed quite a few times now. But know what it is to get you through the hard times. And I tell people on that Strong Start call that I do every Monday that are new, I also tell them to come up with a financial why. Even if you didn't come into this with, I didn't come in necessarily to make money. Again, I was a stay-at-home mom for 15 years, volunteered. I did everything. I substitute taught. I was the Girl Scout leader. I was the Sunday school leader. I was the youth club leader. I ran all the assemblies at their school. I did everything. And then all of a sudden they were in middle school and high school, and I got to volunteer like twice a year. So I found myself like panicking what I was going to do. And so it wasn't financial for me at first. Then that first month I made $1,000, and I went, oh, I've not made $1,000 in a month in about 15 years, because I would do all these volunteer jobs or, substitute teaching, which is, I don't know, $85 a day or something. I was so excited. So then I realized, okay, I can take that money and pay for X now. And I was not going to backtrack then. Then I knew I always had to start making at least $1,000 because I wasn't going to go backwards. So come up with a financial why. I don't care if it's that you can get a massage every month without feeling guilty, that you have a car payment, that you could pay for a soccer for your child, that you want to start putting $300 away towards college. Whatever it is, that financial why is going to help you too. Like, once I made that $1,000, I had a financial why now, because now I don't want to make less. Now I was able to start contributing like real money to my family, and it felt really, really good. So come up with both your why for the business, and if it's not money related, come up with a financial why. Your other why might be more personal than a financial thing. Okay, next step, again, we talked about it a little bit earlier, is working your own business. You have to always work your own business. Book your calendar. A leader leads by example, okay? They're gonna know if you never do a party, because you're not even gonna know how to talk to them about a party if you've never done a party. You know, I signed someone up and she goes, what, you do parties? I go, yeah, I do parties. I have to do parties. Could you imagine if I'm trying to teach you guys how to do it and I've never done one? So you have to do parties. It keeps you relevant. It keeps you knowing what to do, and it leads you to your next sales, your next customers, your next hostesses, and your next stylists. So you want to lead by example, not just with your sales, but your attitude. If you're a negative Nelly, that's going to be a really hard one. You know, they're going to follow suit. So think about your actions, because they're going to do half of what you do. So if you're a negative person all the time, they're going to be negative probably half the time. You're not doing nail bars, they're not going to do nail bars. So again, you want to lead by example. So, you know, we have the numbers from Sherry McAllister, who has given us like straight up charts, because she's done it. And she will say, book 10 parties to hold 8 parties a month to sponsor 2 people. If you want to grow your business really fast, those would be the numbers of what you want to do. Okay, yeah, I'm not, okay. So where are you going to get these new people that you're sponsoring? If you're doing the 10-8-2, well, hopefully you're getting them at the nail bars, but not always. They might be customers, they might be hostesses, but everybody should have that Frank list. I don't care if you've been in 3 years, I still have my Frank list written in a notebook, and I'm refer back to my Frank list. I add to my Frank list. There's people I go back because I wrote 3 years ago, I touch base with them, and then I circle back with them. I still have, well, Karen here on the call, who I tried to get this to do this with me 3 years ago, came to me 3 months ago and was like, all right, I probably should have done it with you 3 years ago, but I'm ready now. You never know when somebody's going to be ready, you guys. They might be, you plant that seed and you tell them about the business, but they may not be ready right then, but it doesn't mean they're not going to come back to you 1 year, 2 years, 3 years later. So keep that Frank list and take notes by it of what people tell you. Whether you're sending them a sample, ask them about a nail bar, ask them about the business, asking them to be a hostess. So you always want to make new connections. Maybe you're really good at networking through Facebook. You know, you're always finding new friends and groups. Treat Facebook like it's your own little playground. You know, depending, you know, we're not getting out in as many groups as we used to. I used to be involved. I tell myself, if I would have done this 10 years ago when I was in every single group there was to be in, holy cow. I had so many connections in such a big network then. Now my network is a little smaller because my kids are older and I don't have all those groups that I was in. So I have to work on more networking through social media. And that can be, you join groups there and learn to make relationships there. You don't know if they are going to, people watch what you do. So that's a whole nother avenue where you can meet people and build relationships. Your parties, these people are bringing in people from all over, especially online. Make relationships with them, friend them on Facebook, chat with them, you know, ask them about, comment on their cute mantle for Halloween or what they did last weekend. That's how you can build relationships, and that's how you can find your next, again, hostesses, customers, and stylists. You guys got to set goals. You have to write down, don't just have it in your head. You've got to write down your goals. So if you are on here and you have not enrolled anybody yet, your first goal might be enroll a stylist. Give yourself a date, but don't just put that. Then you've got to write the steps. Well, 1 in 10 people might say yes. So that's a lot of people you need to reach out to at least. And that's not just saying, hey, I do Color Street. That's people you are talking to about specifically about the business, okay? So you can't just say, I want to enroll a stylist, go and talk to one person, and then go, oh shoot, they don't want to do it. I must have missed it. Do you know how many people I've told about this business that have said no to me? Oh my gosh. I mean, tons and tons of people. I probably had, I don't even know, 200 no's. I mean, I get no's all the time. Does it bug me? No. I truly feel I have an amazing job opportunity that I can offer somebody. So I don't have a problem sharing it with people. And if they don't want to do it, that's okay. But I don't want them coming back to me later and saying, I should have done it, should have done it. Well, you can still do it now. It's not too late, you guys. We are still in our growing phases. We are not in Canada yet. We are not in Europe yet. We are still exploding in our own country. There are still states that barely have anybody. So write down your goals. I would write down what you want to do with the business. What leadership rank do you want? When do you want it by? How many people do you want to enroll? How many parties do you want to start doing a month? If you're doing one party a month, you might need to up that to get more people. Some people come in and they're fine doing one party a month, and that's okay. But if you are a person who is ready to enroll and start building a team, probably need more than one a month because you need to be in front of more people. So write those goals down. So your personal sales, how many people you want to sponsor, what rank you want. And then again, you're going to be writing down what you have to do. Read these goals every day. Write them on your mirror. I always take those dry erase markers and write things on my mirror. I have an erasable chalkboard. Put it on your fridge. Keep it instilling it in your head. Read them over and over and over for yourself. Keep a positive attitude. You're going to have days that it stinks and everyone's, they said no, but you know what? It's okay. Then that no is getting you closer to the next yes. Because remember, you have a whole bunch of no's before you get a yes. So go through those no's. I think in our, in Beautifully Polished, we have 100 no's sheet, don't we? Or for sure there is in the virtual office under resources. There's literally a thing you can print that says 100 no's. And every time you get a no, you slash it off because it means you're closer to your next yes. So don't make those no's a negative thing. Turn them into, okay, I can handle that because now I'm closer to my next yes. Oh, it's not a big deal. Let it roll. And then there's going to be the person that you've been talking to for 2 months and they've been kind of thinking a bit the business, and then all of a sudden they decide not to, or worse yet, they sign up with somebody else. And it's going to happen. It will, I promise you. And those are the days you're like, oh, but guess what? You're going to find another person, and it's okay. So those are the things you learn to just, you go with, you have that bad moment, you go complain to your upline and say, and then you move on because you're a leader and you have the leader mentality that knows how to move past that. So look at, you could look at it as, when a negative thing happens like that, go and read some of your positive things, read some, your goal, go back to those. That's when you need your why. You can look at it as a challenge or you can look at it as what's going to stop you. Leaders don't look at it as a stopping, they look at it as a stepping stone. Surround yourself with like-minded people. If there's someone on your team or someone you feel you connect with and all they do is complain, I'd probably find other Color Street people to hang out with. I mean, you guys know how our minds work. If you are with someone who is negative all the time, how do you start looking at things? Negatively, right? If you're with a person, who just, they can't get past the out of stocks or that we're only able to order 3, and you don't need to be that person who's constantly uplifting them. Find another person that you want to align with. And I'm going to go into like a pacing partner, finding somebody that wants similar to what you want. If let's say you become friends with someone on our team, but they love this as a hobby and they just want to sell 300 a month, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people, and that's okay. That's okay. Not everybody wants more out of it than that. But if you want leadership, you want a pacing partner who is going to want what you want because you want to be able to push each other. I'm not saying don't be friends and hang out with the other person who wants it as a hobby, but for a pacing partner, you want somebody who's going to push you on the day that you have that bad thing happen and someone signs up with someone else from another party. You want them to go, suck it up. It's okay. You can vent to me, but now you're over it. How many people are you going to get on the phone and call right now? That's the person you want for your pacing partner. Okay. That's going to push you and challenge you to do new things and be your cheerleader. And, the person that's going to support you and be so excited when those good things happen to you. All right. So, if you that is something you want to do, let's say you both want Punta Cana. Find someone else who wants Punta Cana, get on a track with them. If you are working towards Punta Cana, you are working towards leadership because you have to enroll people. You have to sell a minimum $1,000 a month, like, well, 4,000 total, I suppose, if you're getting points elsewhere, but then you're building leaders to get those points or you're promoting. So if you're working towards Punta Cana, you're naturally going to be probably building up in ranks in leadership. So that could be someone you set a pace partner with. Circle of excellence. You and someone you know both want to hit circle of excellence every month. Great. Set that, get them as a pacing partner. That means you are selling $1,000 each. So you're probably doing 3 to 4 nail bars and you're enrolling 2 people. Okay. So find someone who wants the same things as you. So finally, you guys, leaders stay positive and see the big picture. All right. They're going to find a way to get through everything. Oh, I know one more thing. Leaders and people aspiring to be leaders get on calls. You guys get on training calls. You are a lifelong learner. You are taking it in. And I realize not everyone can get on every call all the time, but most calls are recorded. You're getting on calls, you're showing up. If you have people on your team, you're telling them about it, but don't just tell them about it and not get on it. You're getting on it with them. There's always, I don't care if you say, I've been in it 2 years, what can I learn? You guys, I learned something from every person who speaks. I don't care who they are in the company. Every connect the dots, every Tuesday training, I can always pick up a golden nugget because there's not one way to do our business and everybody does it a little different. Or I might just be sick of the way I'm doing it and I need a change. Or it might be something I heard before and I wasn't ready to be able to do that. And now I am. So there's always something you can learn. Really, I mean, I don't know anyone in the business who is done learning. It's impossible to be done learning in this business. So if you feel like you're done learning, that's where your journey is going to probably stop because you're not willing to keep moving on and have an open mind. So get on calls and training and suck up as much as you can and learn as much as you can. It's going to help you so much in mindset and attitude and your behaviors. And for some people, it holds them accountable. Some people need that. Again, we don't have a boss telling us we have to do this. Just being on this call, you guys, says that you're committed enough to learn more about it. Because again, this is a unique job that you're not going to get fired. Even if you don't do your 300 every 6 months, you can re-sign up within a few months for $25. You're not, well, you would get fired, I suppose, fired, quote, if you start breaking a bunch of the things in the P&P and you're selling on Amazon and a bunch of stuff. But we don't do that here. So you're not going to get fired for not holding a nail bar. We're not going to come and yell at you. But with that same thing, we're not going to say when you wake up Monday morning, okay, today you have these 10 things to do if you want to stay on Team Beautifully Polished. So you have to have self-motivation. And some days we're all motivated than others. And coming through COVID, I know a lot of people have lost a lot of motivation because it's easy to, because we've kind of, life's been a little weird. So keep that self-motivation up. Again, you have a day that you're not as motivated, that's okay. You'll pick it back up. That pacing partner is going to get you there. That training call is going to get you there. That daily little read, something, if you have like a daily thing you read every day, those are the things that are going to get you there. When you kind of are like, oh, okay, it's one of those days. That's what gets me back excited again, is listening to someone share their business. And then I can't wait to go and try and implement what I learned. Like yesterday, I was watching a training, which I tried to implement it today on my graphic, how to embed a URL and I tried to embed it in the JPEG, but it didn't work. I think it has to be a PDF. Anyway, so I'm always trying to learn, anything I learn, I go and try to put into use. So that's what I have. I know it's been an hour, but if you want to stay on and ask any questions, I'm on here. There's other leaders on here. We'd be more than happy to answer questions for you guys. I hope this helped give you kind of a picture of leadership, and the responsibilities, what it takes, what you need for your structure, and then the compensation and the bonuses that come along with it. So any questions or comments? I know you guys have been over here. I've been trying not to look at that because I get too distracted if I look at all your stuff. Anything over here that was unanswered? You can just unmute yourself if you have a question.
I had a question.
Yeah.
Regarding the Jumpstart.
Okay.
So I have a new stylist. She's 2 weeks in. She's
Okay.
almost at Comma Club, so she's BQ'd. She's good. She has someone that wants to sign up under her.
Okay. That's
now-
exciting.
It is, but trying to understand how that enrolling bonus works. So let's say the girl signs up tonight.
Okay.
She has till the end of October or 30 days for the new stylist to hit BQ.
She has to BQ within, if she signs up today, she has 35 days till she has to BQ.
Okay.
So let's say I'm in my jump start. I could sign someone up on my day 34 because your first jump start's 35 days. I could sign that person up on day 34 and that's okay because that other person has their 35 days to sell 300.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I was reading like the asterisks on the thing, but I'm like, okay, it's kind of confusing. And I want to
Yeah.
do the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
So that's how that
waited
works.
8 weeks to sign her up, and I'm like, well, no, like let's get her and get her now.
Yeah.
You know.
And then that amazing enroller bonus that we offer. So then if she teaches her new stylist to hit Jumpstart, she will be getting double dip. She'll be in her Jumpstart period and her stylist will be, and she'll be able to earn from both of them.
Correct. Okay.
So it's amazing.
Thank you.
So much new product. Any other questions? Good question. It's very quiet.
Jackie had something.
Jackie, you have a question for me? Do you want to know how you can become a team leader?
I meant Jackie McGowan.
I know, that's why I was teasing her.
Okay, so sorry for the delay. I had to unmute myself. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in a weird room in my house because nothing's working during this weird time. Okay, Debbie.
Oh no.
Marlene's making me ask.
Oh no.
You asked it in the chat.
You're scaring me.
Somebody asked Jackie or Debbie.
Okay.
You want me to ask?
Before Jackie asked, before
I'll
Jackie
ask.
asks what she's gonna go with.
I'll ask.
What is
Let's
it,
see if we can
Jillian?
get- let's
I'll do it.
let's go in a progression. I love Jackie's idea of going to the top. Let's go in a progression, Jackie.
Oh, is it money?
Leaders willing to share?
It is money. So
Who are willing to share?
Jackie, how much do you make? And then
Jackie made a little bit more than me last month.
Okay, wait a minute.
Check.
Wait a
She
minute. Wait
has
a
to be
minute.
last to answer.
Yes. Okay, so I just want to share you guys. I will never forget being in. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I just get so freaking excited about this. I will never forget. I bought the kit to do my nails. That's it. And then my friend at work said, "Oh my God, do you do parties?" I was like, "Ooh." Like, no, I didn't want to be that party girl. Heck no. But there was something in me that said, ground floor, do it. And I was like, And I read a book. Right. If you haven't read this book, get it.
What
It's
book?
called Get Over Your Damn Self. I freaking love it. I wish I'd read it like the first week I got it. I enrolled. So I like read this book. So this lady was a corporate attorney and she turned into a direct sales company. And she said, baby, run. Like book those parties and do it scared and unprepared. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do this party scared and unprepared. We had no training. We didn't know what we were
Nothing.
doing.
For like 2
Right?
years, the company had no training.
No training. And we had one another. So we were all like holding hands and what are you doing? And writing it on little index cards. I'd call Debbie, I'd call Mary. I'm like, you guys, we just worked together and it was awesome. So after my first party, I made $75 and I was hooked. I was like, ooh. So after my first month, in 2 weeks into the business, I was working as many parties as I could. I twisted my girlfriend's arm. I always say like, whoever ate dirt for me, freaking host a party for me. And some of them didn't want to do it, but I was like, there's a bottle of wine in it. Shut up. I know you're a salon girl. So was I. But you know what? You've got an aunt, a neighbor, a sister, a friend, a colleague who will come to your party and we're going to have wine around your table. And I was like relentless. So when I hear people say they have a hard time getting parties, I'm like, how hard did you try? Because there's a way to do it if you want it. I wanted to try this. There was something that drove me from the core inside to try something new. So fast forward 2 months, I was making $2,000 a month. That changed my life. $2,000 a month doing parties. I was like, okay, I think I'm going to quit my job. I freaking quit my job, and guess what? I had 0 parties on my calendar. I burned out all my friends and family. They were done with me. They're like, Jackie, we've had a party. I've done a buy 3, get 1 free. I called my friend. I was like, Sherry McAllister, I need help. I quit my job and I have no parties on my calendar. I now need to know how to work a party. And Debbie, thank God, she was doing amazing trainings for all of us. We were getting together with the region meetings. We were all like learning about these party cards. We didn't know about booking games, but you darn it, you guys, this team is amazing and generous and sharing. If anyone has any success, they spew it at you. We want you to be successful because this business will change your life. It's simple, not easy. Push when it gets hard. Ask for help, have a vision board. I literally took Orlando and Las Vegas and I printed it out and stapled it on my mirror. Part of the reason is because Deb and her husband had this amazing meeting and she's like, okay, we're going to set goals and we're going to put them on sticky notes and put them on the board. And I remember feeling like, really? Oh my God. But you guys, there was something in it that it happens when you visualize it and you think about it, it becomes a reality. So don't make it just be a wish. Put it to action. Have your vision board. I remember when conference asked me, what is your dream? Because they wanted to have a sign for Jessica Moten and I at conference. We both won an award and they said, what is your dream? And I'm like, I didn't even know how to dream. I stopped dreaming. I was living for my kids. I was everybody else's everything. So I stopped dreaming. Then I was like, what's my dream? I don't know. A house on a lake. I didn't even care, really. I mean, to me, that was so unobtainable. I couldn't even dream it. I'm now paying a mortgage on a winter home. Something I can't even imagine, you guys. And I want that for you. So yes, I will share my income, but it started out with me being a stylist who didn't want to ever book a party. And then it took me failing and climbing to the top and learning how to have a party and learning how to host coach and learning how to calendar block and squeeze it all in. And I'm still learning and I'm still failing, but I'm not quitting. Just like Debbie, we have no parties on our calendar. I called Deb. Oh shit, Debbie, this is going to be a crazy month. I'm scared. I'm not sure I'm going to get like enhanced commission. She's like, yes, you are. You're going to do it. She's an awesome listener, and so is your upline. We're here to help you because we've been there. Just don't quit.
What's a blocked calendar block?
What is a calendar?
You know what? I just did that for live training on Going Beautifully Polished. I just did it yesterday. So look for the live training yesterday. It's on calendar blocking.
So has anybody done a text party?
I have not.
You can search text party. I think in Beautifully Polished, there's graphics for it, and there's only like 4. It's pretty simple to do. I haven't done it, but the graphics make it look really easy. It's good for the people that don't have Facebook.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I was just going to show our family always does goal every year. We do new goal boards for like our family. So you guys, this is a great thing to do. We break it up. Like this is mine, but like we have spiritual, financial, emotional, career, social, adventure, family, material, and health. And we spend a day as a family, and then we each put our goals for the year, or dreams, I should say. Some of these aren't, they are goals, but they're dreams. It's our vision board. So, and I keep it hanging in my office to go along with what Jackie said. So, I have one of my things for materials to get a cool non-mom car. I did get rid of my minivan this year and went to an Explorer. I don't know if that's considered a cool car yet, though. All right. Anyways. All right. So are we starting with team leader or a senior stylist, or where do we want to start? Is there a senior stylist here who wants to share their income?
Oh, do it.
Any senior stylist in here that wants to share what they made last month?
I need to know because I can only make right now between $500 and $700. So I'm limiting myself because I've applied for disability and that's what my lawyer's telling me I can make.
Sure.
But I want team leader now. I don't even
Okay.
want senior stylist. I want team leader.
All right. I love it, Ginger.
Yay.
All right. So Ginger, so you're doing 500 to 700 right now as a senior stylist?
No, I'm not a senior stylist. I want to I wanted that.
Okay.
That's like on my board right now as a goal, but I want now team leader.
Okay.
So I have one leg that's qualified and one girl not doing, I need to enroll is what I need to do.
Yep. Yep.
Have parties.
I
Yeah.
have parties going. I have 7 including mine.
Nice. All right. So maybe we don't have a senior stylist on here. Is there a team leader that wants to share what they made? I don't know if I'm looking to see if I recognize a team leader name. Any team leader that wants to share? All right. Any directors on here that want to share?
I'm a senior stylist
Oh, there we
for last
go.
month.
Okay.
So mine was just over $900 last month as a senior stylist.
Nice, Kristen.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah, it
for
was really
you.
my best month yet.
Right. What did you do with your $900?
Right now I'm just letting it sit there. We have some work done to the house. We had to take a little loan out, so I'm just kind of letting it sit there, and then I'm going to put
Yeah.
it towards the loan so we can do something else to the house.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Good for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And like I said, once you hit that, you're not going to want to go backwards, right?
I know.
All right. And okay, so she was a senior stylist or a team leader or director that wants to share. I know I see some. Oh, was that
I was gonna
somebody?
say, do I have to call some people out? I know Heidi Rich has been a team leader and a director. Heidi, if you want to look back for a couple months back and tell us what a team leader makes.
I'm gonna have to look it up. Keep going and let me check.
Okay, so you go to commissions, historical commissions.
Yeah, I know how to get there. It's just, give me a second.
Okay.
Well, I have a question while she's doing that. So to understand the commission more, when you have a stylist that hits their jump start and you get paid monthly, I know it counts as product credit, but it looks like actual money to me, and I know it's not. Can someone explain that to me better? Did that make sense?
I'm
Sorry,
not sure what you're,
Are you talking
I'm
about
not
like
sure what you're
I was
asking.
looking, I'm sorry. I was looking for my list because I have all the months, my pay written down at what rank somewhere, and I was trying to see if I could find it.
Ginger, is it when you're
so
looking
say
in
it
your
again?
commissions, is that
Oh.
is that where you're seeing it at and you're trying to like decipher it, or where? I guess I'm asking like where are you seeing it at so I can help you a little bit better.
Your monthly commissions show your product credit that you've earned. So that's included in your monthly commissions,
Right.
but that's not what you get paid on. Your 1099 does not reflect the product credit.
Okay, that's what I was wondering because, I can have product credit all day long. It's just I can only make between $500 and $700 right now until my hearing. So I just got to balance that. I know what I want, and I will get team leader. There's no doubt about that.
I love
But
that
it's
attitude.
when I can do it.
There you go, girl. So did you have somebody that is a director that's going to talk about their pay?
Okay, and my director, when I hit director, which was in July, it was 660 in commission. So,
Is that including product credit then?
no, I didn't include that.
Okay.
That's just what I made basically on my team.
Thank you, Heidi.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, that's more than a car payment as a team leader. That's incredible. Or did you say director? I'm sorry.
Director, yeah.
Oh, okay, director.
I know there's some senior directors. I saw Kim.
But something I recognize, one of the girls, I think it was Kristen, you're a senior stylist? And
I
just,
am.
just
Yeah,
just to show that, I mean, her commission was higher than mine. I don't know if you were including, if you were just doing commission or what you made for the whole month included in that.
Yeah,
But-
that was for the whole month. I've hit team leader, but last month I had so many parties last month because of that booking blitz that we did. I actually committed to it and I reached out and I had people following up with me and saying yes afterwards. So I actually double booked myself last month with parties and it was insane. But that was just mostly from parties, and I do have a couple girls under me. I've hit team leader a couple times. But that was from everything. Yeah. Enhanced commission and them too.
Yeah, a lot of it, I mean, a lot of people have different amounts of team members that they have. So there's no cookie cutter, how do you want to say, cookie cutter answer that there is in Beautifully Polished what the average pay is for each level that people can always pull up. So
Yeah, it's called the income disclosure statement. And we've got 2019 in our virtual office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Is that-
share some.
Okay, we're getting late. We're getting almost an hour and a half. So let's do, is there a senior stylist who wants to, a senior director who wants to share?
I will. I made almost 3,000 last month, just under, which was not my biggest month actually.
I'm sorry, Kim, wait, you made how much?
Just under 3,000.
Nice.
And it wasn't my month.
And what was your highest month?
Ooh, well, you know what? I'm not sure because I actually have it like marked in together. I just went and pulled it up. But like my highest month total was like 4,000 I've made.
That's awesome.
Sales too, but yeah. Life changing.
Yeah,
tell you
I mean,
that-
that's a full-time income right there.
Yeah, like people tell
More
me.
than a lot of people make as a full-time income. What's
Yeah,
that?
some of my friends tell me like you make more at Color Street than I do at my full-time job. I'm like, well, then you should join.
Right. And we have some more people who chimed in over here too. It looks like Amy made 600 as a senior stylist, Courtney over 2,000 as a senior stylist. So again, you guys, it depends how many people, what your own sales were. So things can fluctuate from one rank to another. All right. Any other senior directors want to share?
So if I was just paid as a stylist last month, I would have earned $749 because I had an awesome month. But because I am a senior director and was paid at that, when I add in my stylist and my bonus, I made over $4,000, which has now overtaken how much I bring home as a teacher every month. So my husband, who has been laid off since April, I am now able to go, oh my God, I am making up that money to be able to cover our house payment once
That's
we are
freaking awesome.
and it feels amazing.
That is great, April. Holy cow. I love that.
Amazing.
All right. So you're senior director. Anyone else want to share theirs?
Debbie, I'll share mine. Just
Okay,
because
Ellen.
I think it shows the level and how you were talking about like how your legs take off. So I have mine pulled up. I think I hit senior director back in July, and ever since, between my personal sales and like my team sales, I've been fluctuating anywhere between $6,000 $7,000.
And mind you, she just graduated high school.
Wow.
So I mean, as a college student, you know, and like I said, I do book parties. I think I had 13 parties booked between end of September to first 2-ish weeks of November. So I'm working on those hard too. But I mean, you do have to keep your sales up and stuff, and that just goes to show that between your legs and stuff.
Amazing.
Ella, I
Ella.
think like your
Differently.
story is so amazing because seriously, you just graduated from high school. You saw this as a business opportunity from the time you were a senior in high school, and you have ran with it and been just amazing. And you are just like killing it. So you should not be like, oh, well, let's just see. Like, you are freaking killing it. You're
I mean, you can't do that without these ladies here, though, and sitting in
cannot.
these trainings, just like you're saying, and attending stuff and asking questions. And I do appreciate when people ask me questions, because sometimes I'm like, wow, I don't even know the answer to that. And then it makes you question it more. So
And I can't imagine many of your college friends are making that kind of money.
Oh, no, no, no. No.
That is amazing. Anybody, how about an executive? We got Dar on here.
So I have to say, like in March, I was a senior director, and in April, I made executive director, and my pay doubled. And then when someone on my team made executive director, and I had an executive level leg, I probably peed my pants when I saw my pay. Well, me personally, I've been in the military. My husband's always been, the breadwinner and been providing for our family. And for me, this is the most amount of money I've ever made for myself. So it was huge for me to, I will tell you.
Yeah, she's like the suspense.
I'm sorry. So I don't, it's not comfortable to talk about money, but I'm happy. My biggest month, was July, and it was $14,300.
That is incredible.
And
That's awesome.
every month since I've hit executive, it's been 5 figures. So it's just incredibly amazing. And this business is such a blessing to all of us.
Congratulations.
That's amazing, Dar.
Life changing.
I think I'm going to be able to retire my husband, which was my goal pretty much. And I pretty much came in like Jackie, wanted to have nice nails, but seriously.
That's awesome.
That's totally awesome.
That's
Cool.
fantastic.
All right, well, I'll go next, Jackie, because you can give your number then for last month.
Okay.
Because you were, well, I mean, I'll go, you made a little more than me last month.
I don't even remember us
think
talking
so.
about it.
I think you can go. I think you did though.
I don't know. Okay, so what I want to share is that when you're hearing these big numbers, we were stylists first. That was it. And we truly started hearing, oh, parties. Because like my very sweet friend April over there, she wanted to just do vendor shows. She was like, Jackie, that stupid stuff you do, yeah, that's really cute, but I just want to do a vendor show. So then
And she's used to calling things stupid, because when she put that sample on my finger, I actually asked her, I'm like, hey, let me try that stupid thing you keep talking about online.
Yeah. And so then when I started doing parties and making money, people were like, oh, shit. Okay. Vendor shows are super fun. They're a little expensive and they're time consuming. So let me just preface this with you. You guys get to do what you want. You don't ever have to have a party. You don't ever have to do a vendor show. But if you want to make some big money, book your parties. When you heard these big numbers out here, you heard Ella say she does 13 parties a month. When you heard me say I had 0 parties, Dar's doing 10 to 13 parties a month. Holy crap. I mean, I'll tell you guys, Amanda Rebecca is not on right now, but she's a dear friend of mine and she's training her team tonight. Ella's probably going to watch her recording. But Amanda's the busiest person on the planet. Dina Doyle, the busiest person on the planet. Those ladies are working full-time jobs and they have several kids. They coach, they are busy, but they've learned how to do 2 parties a week. Amanda will do her pre-scheduling on Sunday and she does her parties on Tuesday night. She'll do 3 parties on Tuesday night. 3, 2 or 3. So they always work to get $2,400 in enhanced commission because we want the big money. So let me tell you the big money. When you hit executive level, just like Darlene shared, when you hit executive and you look in your road to success, it says you get a $500 lifestyle bonus. That's awesome, right? Because with Color Street, it doesn't have to be a car. It can be whatever you want. So when my son needed medical treatment, it went there. When I needed a new car, it went there. So you get to put it where you want. That's how amazing Color Street is. But you also get 1.5% of your team. So it's not like just a $500 cash bonus. It's like a $1,500 cash bonus. And the more leaders you build, the more money you make. So the more jump starters, the more new stylists you learn or teach how to jumpstart by enrolling and selling. Boy, are you going to have a powerful team. Okay. So my executive level pay right now as an executive director, not a senior executive director, but as an executive director. One step over April right now, right? Right, April, you're a senior director, you're pushing, you're gonna get to executive soon. My pay right now, if I got paid today, would be $14,000.
Wow. Congratulations.
So same as Dar, when I hit senior executive director, that means that's because my leaders and Darlene's leaders, Debbie's leaders, they know how to party. They know how to teach people to jumpstart. They've built a system to do that consistently. $34,000.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Wow.
34.
That's
I remember
incredible.
hearing CJ Summers telling us in Debbie's basement, she made my jaw fell and I thought I was going to die. I was like, that'll never, I wanted 5,000. I wanted to be Kim Brady. I was like, if I can make $4,000 or $5,000 a month, I'm going to die of happiness. You guys, when you stay consistent, this business is going to bless you. This is, I just feel like that's why this is such a blessing. Every single party I have, I am calling or texting every single girl and be like, girl, you were so engaging. You were so much fun. Have you ever considered doing what I do? Why wouldn't I offer this to everyone? This is an amazing miracle. It has changed my life. And I want to be able to do that for every other person. Okay.
Carly, I know that Debbie just said she saves 50%. I know that a lot of people go with it like at least like 35%. So 35 to 50% if you stash away, kind of just like I have a secret separate savings account, and I try to do at least 35% per pay to put away so that if and when I owe taxes, I have it there and hidden away from me so that I don't touch it.
I'm also paying quarterly now because it was such a huge chunk of money that I owed last year that I was like, oh, even though I was putting 30% away, it hurt to write that check. So now I put 50% away and I pay quarterly.
Yeah, that's what I do too. So mine is very similar to Jackie. Like when I hit SE, because you can watch your commission live, you know, you guys, so you can watch it at the different ranks. So when I was, you know, like at senior director, it's about 4,000. Executive gets to be in that 10, 15. Again, it just depends how many leaders you have. So when I become senior exec, so last month I was about 32. My highest month has been about 36. So like I said, when I made $1,000 my first month, I was over the moon. So I would not, even though I knew this was possible in my head, I couldn't wrap my brain around it. So, I mean, and it's just, and the thing is, and I'm saying it in this tone, I guess, instead of, I didn't do the build up like Jackie, because what I want to tell you guys is, again, the higher in rank you go, the deeper you get. So I'm not to the next level yet. So because I'm not to the next level, I'm missing a whole batch of people. I could be making about 10,000 more. I could be making about 45,000 if I was the next in a month, if I was the next rank up. So that's the key of wanting to keep ranking up, because as your leaders rank, you want them to rank, because then you keep ranking. Everybody does it together. So at senior exec, I'm missing out on that third generation of executive. So once I hit national, I'll pick that money back up. So again, that's how they prevent it from being this pyramid where I can just sit. I have to keep doing things with all my legs balancing, not just one leg or two legs. So I didn't mean to sound like my Jackie gave the big number and mine is similar to that, but that's what I'm trying to show you, is that you really it is mind blowing what you can do with this. I mean, when I tell people, their jaws drop, because people think I'm slinging nail polish in my basement for $20, you know, I mean, they don't really think anything. And so it's just there is no other job that you could sit and do this. I mean, that's a bonus of direct sales. There's to be able to do this and to earn these trips and earn this type of money with a job you love is just, I think, amazing.
And Debbie, I think you recently commented about how the pays can be so similar yet different because it proves that this is not a pyramid scheme.
Right, right.
You know,
I mean,
like,
look at Jackie made more than me and she's 2 levels below me.
right? So that like proves it right there. A pyramid scheme is the person at the top always is at the top.
Right.
And that is not the case here. You
No.
make it your business. And that's what's so
Yep.
inspiring and amazing. And that's Mr. Park's like dream and vision because we can make this all what we want it to be. And it's you rocking your parties, you doing that launch +4, booking those 10 to hold 8, enrolling 2, like all of that encompasses where Jackie and Debbie and Dar and Amanda, Rebecca and Dina have all of them have gotten because they are doing that. So aspiring, just like listening to those kind of those tools are so, I think, powerful because it's possible. These are ladies we know, we see, it's possible. So like life-changing ladies, that's exactly where we're at.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, April, thanks for mentioning the girls would not be upset. So I'm gonna just tell you guys, Dina and Amanda make as much as me, if not more. Working full-time jobs with busy families. It's just that they are driven and they want to do it. And if they fail, like I had a call, here's the other thing. We coach each other. We consistently talk every week. I'm talking to the leaders that want to maintain rank or promote, or the new stylist who wants to work to get to the next level, or that new stylist who wants to earn Jumpstart. Or let's say you're a brand new person, you're like, you know what, or not brand new. Let's say you've been in it in a year and you're playing with it and you're like, what? You just woke me up. I'm paying attention. Then make a coaching call with your upline, because we will help those who book parties. We will help, and if you want to learn how to book parties, we will help you. None of us sit around doing nothing. We are all leading by example, booking parties and enrolling. Because if we don't do that, you guys, we can't rely on our team. We love our team, but I can't be upset if they don't bonus qualify or if they don't hit enhanced commission. We all get to work as much as we want. So if you have people that are bonus qualifying, you need a lot of them. If you teach people how to jumpstart, you got some future leaders. Or you got some people that are excited about learning how to make money and they're going to stay in longer. Gosh, you guys are so attentive. I would never.
I know. I can't believe we still have 42 people on here and it's been an hour and a half.
I know.
Is there a way to save the group chat? I know it's going to be recorded, but is there a way to like print out the chat?
I don't think group chats come with the recording.
You know what someone could do? Maybe scroll through and take some screenshots, and maybe can I delete my swear words? Oh my God, what did I write?
I mean, I don't know of a way. Dar, do you know how to do anything with the group chat?
I'm going to copy and paste.
I was going to say, can you
Oh, brilliant.
You can select all.
I did.
Oh yeah, we can highlight.
Yeah, whoever wanted it, they can select it and do it.
So
If you see the
nobody
three-
type anything else, or else we're gonna miss something.
What?
If
I
you
said, don't
hit
let
the
anybody
three-
else type anything, because if you start screenshotting and we miss something.
But I think there's a way to save the chat. Down at least on my end, the 3 dots.
Yeah.
Right on my end, it says save chat.
Oh, it does save chat. Yeah.
Where does that save it?
There's 3 little dots on the very bottom.
Oh, it puts it, I don't know where.
Yeah, where does it put it?
Well, when
that
I
would
click
be
on it,
our-
it's like in a Zoom folder. So I don't know.
So somebody can just select all, highlight, copy it into a Word, paste it into Word.
All right, you guys. I hope this helped you guys. I hope it motivated you, but also taught you, more about what you need, what you can do with it, what the responsibilities are. And again, I talked about the first 2 levels. Obviously, as you keep moving up, we still do our parties, but we have more team responsibilities, obviously, than a senior stylist and a team leader. But again, I wanted to give you guys the first 2 levels and not go in too much, into the future, because you got to get used to that first. So
Can I mention something real quick?
Yeah, go.
Anybody who did that click on that save they can do it for themselves. Click on save chat. It'll save it to your hard drive and you can show it in folder. It'll open right up for you.
Perfect. Thanks, Star.
Hey,
Sure.
let's do a photo. Everybody get off there like, you know, and let's do some photos tonight. These are
Where's
future
MB and
leaders.
Ginger? Are you going to show us?
These are future leaders right here. These
Courtney.
girls are going to be in Orlando. They're going to be in the next senior director call or trip. These are our Punta Cana girls next year.
Could
This
be.
year, they are
Wow.
earning it in January.
Traveling, yeah.
That's one. It's like when you say next year, I think January 2021. It is like we're getting this done. Let's go. Let's go all to Punta Cana. Let's have this big old team trip. Let's like be the one team that has like the biggest group there, taking that team picture, going, we all made it.
I love it.
I know. And let me tell you, we had a ball on last year's trip. That could be a whole talk in and of itself, how much fun we had.
It was a little bit, yeah, it was PG-13 sometimes.
What happens on the trip stays on the trip.
What happens on the trip stays on the trip. It's the rule. So you got to be on the trip to come see what we're talking about.
All right.
All right.
Everyone want to smile?
Are you
Give me
going to go
some
through all the
waves.
screens, Deb?
Yeah, I will. Give me
Okay.
some waves. Look at these leaders. Yay. Okay, hang on. That's my second screen. Let me go to the other screen. Wave. Yay. All right. Thanks, you guys. And again, if you have more questions, reach out to your uplines. We'd love to help you. I know the comp stuff can be confusing and all that, and you'll learn that as you go. But or the bubble charts, if you have questions on that, just reach out. And we would love to help you set your goals and get where you guys want to be. Because
Yeah.
it's possible. I promise you it's possible. I mean, just one thing to add. Our newest executives were Cassie and Janice, who are on Ella's team, and they joined in February and April. So they became executives within 6 months. So you can, executive is where you start making that extra big team bonus. So it is possible. But I'm like Jackie said, you know, it's going to take work. You're not going to become an executive overnight without putting the time in. But they put the time in and it's paid off quite well for them in just a few short months. So it is very possible. It's not just because some of us have been here for 3 years. I promise you, you can still do it now.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
You guys are awesome. I'm so excited you all came on. Happy Fiesta Friday Eve. Woo!
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Have a great night, everyone. Thank you.